What's up, class? Evans here. Today we're going to assemble the entire lamp together. There's just a few parts and it shouldn't take too long. So we're going to create a new document. I'm just going to call it lamp. Let's just call it lamp. Hit create. Now for this lamp, I don't want to make any parts necessarily. But I want to assemble something. So I'm going to click on this little tab down here for assembly. And I'm going to click over here and press insert. And I want to get different parts here. Here we go. Go to lamp. And I'm going to bring in the base first. I'm going to say create a version in lamp base. I don't know why it needs this, but that's what it does. And it should load here. There we go. I'm just going to click and place it anywhere right now. We could move it around if we wanted to. I'm just going to keep it locked where it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on this and I'm going to go right here and click fix. What that does is that keeps it right where I left it, so it can't be moved. Alright, now I'm going to insert the wireframe. Same thing, create a version. Okay, that I did that. There we go. Got to hit the check mark, not the X. Alright, so I want these little ends right here to be inserted into these little ends. To do that, let's see here. I want to use a constraint. This one might be the best one. I'm going to try this one out. How did it put that? Looks like we got a problem here. All right, let's see what would be easier. So I've got my one cylindrical thing, but as you can see, I've got a dimension problem that we need to go fix. So let's see, how far apart did I put these? Five and 5, 1.5, 1.5. And then how far apart did we put these? Actually, I put the wrong numbers, I guess. Oh, it's 1.5 to the outside. I didn't put 1.5 to the inside. Let's see if this messes everything up or not. There we go. So I went and I found the sketch that I made originally, which was sketch 3 for me. It was right after I cut the hole here, and I made sure that that was dimensioned to the correct things. What I had is I had it dimensioned to the ends of the circles instead of the center of the circles. What I'm going to need to do now is force this to update. So I'm going to click insert and go to other documents and click on lamp base, and I'm going to tell it to create another version like that, and then I'm going to click on this button here, and it's going to update the change I just made. There we go, and it fits now. You see that move? All right. All right, so this wireframe, as you can see, can still kind of move around. We don't want it to rotate or move around. So I'm going to do another cylindrical mate, and I'm going to click on this cylinder and the top of this cylinder. And now it's in place, but I think it still will be able to move around, which we don't want it to do. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a planar mate, and I want it to be at this surface here, this surface, and I'm going to tell it that this bottom surface should be touching that. That's what that's going to do. It does require quite a bit of moving around. And hit the check mark. I know it put it in a weird space there. It always does that. It moves it around weirdly, and then when you hit OK, it puts it where you want it. It's really annoying. All right, so now the wireframe's there. Now I'm going to hit Insert, and I'm going to bring in my lampshade with all the wire framing. Click and place it. And I want to do the same thing. I need to do a cylindrical mate. I'm going to click the base here, like the flat plate. And I'm going to look at the bottom, and I'm going to zoom up to make sure I'm getting this right. I want to get this face here, and then hit OK. X that out, and then let's see what happens. Okay, so it can still move up and down. So we don't want that. Let me pull that up, and we'll do the same thing. We'll put a planar mate of this face. I'm gonna translucent that. See if I can zoom in and get the face I want. Come on. There we go. I want that circle. So make sure that you see the circle there. And then hit OK. And then let's turn the translucent back off by hitting shaded. All right, so there's my lamp, and maybe you can look at that and think like, oh, that doesn't look very good. Maybe we need to change the height of it or something. It can spin, by the way. This top part should be able to spin. Yeah, it should be able to spin around. And it doesn't look very good. Like the lamp shade itself probably should be taller. And it probably should be not gray. So to fix that, if you wanted to fix that, you would go to lampshade, and I don't think I showed you this yet, but you can click here on appearance panel, add face appearance. Okay, there it is. I want shell and loft for this new face appearance, and I want it to be like white. Or you could actually, we could make like a red lamp or something, like different. Where are we at? Gutierrez? Let's do a green lamp. A nice dark green lamp. There we go. And then I could take the wires. Let's make them like, I don't know, black. You do whatever you want. It's just kind of playing around. Maybe dark gray. Of course, to do that, I also want to change something too, because we said that was too short. We want to make it longer. Let's see. The plane was how far we stretched it. So if I change the plane height, it will change the loft height. So like, let's say I make this 8, just to see how that looks. Yeah, that might look weird. but let's just see what it looks like. So come over here to lamp, insert, other documents, create a version, so this will update it, allow us to update it. And once it does that, this highlights again, and I can click that and say update them. There. Maybe that's too low, maybe that's too high. You can kind of play around with it and have fun with it and change the way it looks a little bit. You can expand it out. You can change your loft too if you want to go and change the shapes that it's made out of. Feel free to kind of explore a little bit. I want you to play around with assembly, putting things together to make your lamp. All right. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Once you finish your parts, let me see them so that I can give you a grade.